Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the After Movie Special. I'm your host, Orlando Wilson, and I just got back from watching Captain America: Civil War. You know, if anyone who knows me knows that I am a big fan of Captain America. Hell, the name of my production company is... I'll wait for it. It's okay, you don't know it. Final Justice Productions, all right? That's Captain America's Level 3 special from the Marvel vs. Capcom fighting game. You remember playing that? No, it's okay. I love fighting games as well. Anyone who knows me knows I love playing fighting games as well. So I've always been a fan of them, even way back then, right, when those games came out. I actually got a glimpse of the 1990 movie. A lot of people don't know that they made older Captain America movies that were really, really bad. But I got to see a glimpse of the 1990 Captain America movie. All I remember is that Captain America throws his shield at the end and it hits a lady in the face. And it kind of cut to credits because it was like on TV. And you remember how they used to cut movies shorter back in the day. But you know, we've come a long way since then. We had the 2011 Captain America, the first Avenger. It was okay. You know, we like seeing Captain back in the day, origin story, if you will. But then we had the stellar Winter Soldier that came out in 2014, which is actually my number 2 favorite top 5 superhero movies of all time. And now it's 2016, and we have Civil War. Does it keep with the high caliber these Marvel Cinematic Universe movies have had? Does it? Well, stick around and we'll find out. Let me give you a little rundown about the story. You know how we do, right? So, we start off this movie, action. We get right into it. We have the new Avengers that we've seen at the end of Age of Ultron. These guys are like a well-oiled machine. They're working very well together. They're kicking ass. They're taking names. And, you know, they're leaving the bad guys in the dust. They're stopping another catastrophic event. They end up doing so. But, you know what happens with these Avengers? It never fails. Anywhere they go, people, innocent people, civilians, they die. It happened in New York. It happened in Washington. Sokovia. Now Wakanda. These superheroes need to put into check. They need to be put into check, God damn it. Alright, I'm not having this anymore. Innocent people shouldn't be dying. You know what? We have guilt trips. Tony Stark has guilt trips, but you know what? The United Nations is trying to fix that. They come up with the Sokovia Accords. Basically, it basically asks for these superheroes to, to sign these accords, and that they're going to be basically regulated. They need to be regulated. You know what? They need to be. With great power comes great responsibilities, and that responsibility needs to be kept in check. All right. So let's go to Vienna. Let's make these accords official. Goddamn. There's a bombing in Vienna as we were about to sign the Sokovia Accords. Who did this? Who did this? Oh, looks like the Winter Soldier. The Winter Soldier is responsible for this bomb going off and actually kills the king of Wakanda. That's where the Black Panther comes in. Black Panther is the son of the prince, and you know what? He's after revenge. The Winter Soldier did it. I'm going to go kill the Winter Soldier. That's how he gets dragged into the story. So remember, this is a Captain America movie, so we have Captain America who is still looking for his friend Bucky. He's trying to rescue Bucky. You know, he's under some type of mind control. He's not himself, so he's trying to rescue his friend. You have the Black Panther trying to kill Winter Soldier. You also have Tony Stark who comes in and wants these accords to be signed. You have a split in if they should sign it or not. You know, we should be kept in check. You know what? Tony Stark says we should be kept in check. Captain America thinks that, you know what? I think I know better than the government, and we can keep ourselves in check. You have all these different meshing and molding storylines coming into one, and it is great. That's what happens over the course of the story. There's a lot of twists and turns along the way. You do have a villain that also makes his appearance. That is comes in a little bit later into the story. He comes in, plays a major part in the story. But yeah, that's a basic rundown of the movie. The first thing I wanted to talk about is the action in this movie, which, like I said, they start the movie straight off with some action, and they're so cool. They have come so far, and it's just great to see these superheroes in action. And we said it before, we've seen it in the Winter Soldier. Captain America never skips leg day. I always say that because he's not even kicking the shit out of people this time. Not just people. He's kicking cars into people. That's ridiculous, right? So I love the action sequences. I really don't like action movies because a lot of times they're mindless and they don't have anything behind them. And that's something I also want to talk about. The dialogue in this movie sets a lot of people. I've heard some complaints of people saying that they talk too much. I like the other movies because there's more action. I believe this movie has just as much, if not better, more action and better. But there is times when the action is not taking place where they have to set up a reason. By the end, this is called Civil War. By the end of it, the good guys. You see in the trailers already. The good guys are going to be fighting the other good guys. We need to set that up. We need a foundation for it. If you don't have the foundation for these good guys to have a good reason to fight each other, it's going to be dumb, and you're not going to appreciate it later. So it does a lot to set up that clash that happens later on in the movie, and I appreciate it. And it doesn't just give you one reason. It doesn't just give you one reason for one person to want to fight another person, or this group to fight another group. They start off with something, and then I'm not going to spoil it for you, but there's a twist at the end that just throws something else on top of it. So we're going to fight again. There's a lot of fighting going on, but I appreciate the dialogue that takes place. Action sequences are really great. There's some stuff in this movie that I just have not seen, and I was thoroughly entertained by how they did it. That airport scene, the airport scene was awesome. It was good. And even seeing these superheroes together made me excited for their individual movies. Ant-Man, I'm more excited than ever for Ant-Man. I never was who the hell is a big Ant-Man fan, but he makes a big guest appearance in this movie. Black Panther, really? Oh my goodness, no, I'm just gonna keep on. I'm sorry. That never happened before. But Black Panther is really cool. And he makes you excited. I don't know anything about the Black Panther. I do not know anything about the Black Panther, but I am excited for his movie that's coming out. I'm excited for the next Avenger movie. Give me anything. Give me anything, and I'm ready for it, because that airport scene when it mixes everyone. Did I say Spider-Man? I don't remember if I said Spider-Man, but he has his own little portion in the movie that was longer than I expected, and it was great because he doesn't have his own movie, of course, yet to stand on, and they're going to make one later. I feel like I go to movies that I know I'm going to like already. And if it surprises me it's negative, then I tell you guys about it. But I go to movies and I was looking for something bad about this movie. The only thing bad, it's going to be very opinionated. And if you guys think that it doesn't have too much action, which I completely disagree, and I believe it has more than enough action. And I think the dialogue, all the talking, just sets up the fighting that we're going to see later, that you do see later, and it's well worth it. Well worth the wait. The bad guy, the complaint that I had about Deadpool was that the bad guy wasn't memorable. And this bad guy, his actions, apparently this bad guy is a bigger deal in the comics than I'm aware of. But I don't read comics, but I know a lot about the comic book universe. And if I don't know who the villain is, it's more than likely that a regular moviegoer is not going to know the villain. So Zemo, although his actions do a lot to disrupt Captain America and his allies, the character himself, although you sympathize with him, isn't very memorable in itself. His actions speak louder than him and his personality. But he did a good job in the movie. He was kind of a throwaway character, but again, his actions, what he does, is bigger than the character himself. So they just use this random person. But yeah, I'm going to provide a link for you guys so you can see the villain origins of Zemo, which is really interesting. I sat down and watched that before I did this video, and I thought that was really interesting because that's how I know he plays a bigger role in the comic books than he does in the movie, really. But that's pretty much it, man. It's a good movie. I loved it. Action was great. I'm excited for the other people's movies to come out. The cameos, it was good. There's nothing to complain about this movie, really. You just want more, basically. You want more Spider-Man, you want more Ant-Man, you want Black Panther, you want more Captain America. When you're watching this movie, if you have a side already, you're not going to switch sides. But I tell you what, Captain America beat that ass! You really think that Iron Man was going to be Captain America? The movie, it's a Captain America movie. Why would Iron Man win? It says Civil War, yeah, but it's a Captain America movie. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. Think about that. So I say, go see it. I'm sure you have already, but this is just my opinion without any spoilers, just maybe a little bit. But I didn't give you that many spoilers, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video that I made. I hope you like it. I hope you share it. I hope you comment it. I hope you do all that good stuff. And I appreciate it. My last video that I did was the most viewed I've done solo, and I really appreciate it. And I can see, you guys have been sharing the video and liking it, and that one, I'm just very thankful for that one because you guys did a really good job, and I appreciate it. And that's been my most viewed video so far, and I'm gonna keep making these videos because I like doing it, and I'm having a good time with this. So I appreciate anyone that's been helping me out and leaving comments and starting the discussion, because you know what, it's not a discussion anymore. It's just a review. It's just me. But I appreciate you guys, and I'm gonna see you guys next time. Go see the movie. You'll like it. Final Justice Production.